Hi, I'm Mrs. Kuchit, and I'm here today to talk about the electives in our social studies department. We have a lot to choose from. There's a lot of AP courses like AP Psych, AP Macro, AP Micro, and AP Human Geography. And then we have other one-semester courses like History of Chicago, Sociology, Psychology, Economics, Geography, Law and American Society, and U.S. Foreign Policy. I teach Geography and History of Chicago. In geography, you're not just going to look at where nations are located and the weather, you're also going to look at population patterns and migration patterns and why people live in certain places. In History of Chicago, besides looking at all the current events that are happening and why Chicago became the great city that it is, we're also going to take a field trip downtown to look at the haunted places in Chicago, as well as on every Friday we look at Chicago. We have Chicago Food Fridays, and we take a look at all the food that made Chicago great. Hope you take one of these classes. Thanks. See you next year.
Mr. Kuchit coming to talk to you about the courses that I teach in the social studies department. First course I want to talk to you about is sociology. Now, what exactly is sociology? Sociology is concerned virtually of all different aspects of human social behavior. It's concerned about how groups in society interact with each other. Whereas psychology might study why one serial killer perhaps went on a killing spree, a sociologist would examine all serial killers and try to find out the similarities and the commonalities that serial killers in our society share. Other things that we look at, other questions that we examine: why do we behave the way that we do? Why does crime exist? And why is it difficult for some people to gain wealth? Those are just some of the issues that we examine. It's relevant in everyday life. If you look at the many social issues impacting our society today, things like the Black Lives Matter movement, the Me Too movement, misinformation, it is so relevant in our society, and I think you'll have a whole new perspective, a new way of looking at the world when you take sociology with me. The other course that I teach is Chicago history. If you end up taking Chicago history, you, my friends, will be the coolest kid in your group. Because what will end up happening is when you take a trip with your friends downtown Chicago, you're going to be their own personal tour guide. And before you know it, everybody in the school is going to want to go downtown with you. We're going to take a field trip downtown. We're going to go examine the different places where historical disasters have happened, a theater fire, a boat flipping over, drowning over 800 different people, many other disasters. And we'll go to those sites and we'll examine what the disaster was that happened there and why that place is haunted. Woo! So anyways, if you're interested in Chicago history, highly recommend you take it because after all, it's the history of your hometown. Hope to see you next year.
Right now, you're seeing some really close-up parts of a painting. You really can't tell what this is. It's just like a bunch of garbage. But as you start to go out, you can really see a big, pretty, massive picture develop. A painting, in fact, called Card Players. It's my favorite painting, actually, in my house. I'm here at home. And I wanted to encourage you to take AP Macroeconomics, where in macroeconomics, what we do is we look at the broad picture of the economy. We look at things like GDP, you might have heard of that in consumer, or unemployment rate, or the inflation rate. We look at the whole picture of the economy, kind of like that great painting behind me. Take AP Macroeconomics with me. You'll learn a lot. Here's a couch with books on it. Let's take a closer look. Oh, the creature from Jekyll Island. Sounds kind of scary. That's the way the Federal Reserve is. We'll learn about that. The Wealth of Nations by Adam Smith. That's good. Wealth is good. It's better to have wealth than to not have it. The Road to Serfdom by Friedrich von Hayek. You might remember serfdom from the Middle Ages. Not a good thing. Essentially like slavery. So this talks about how we might be on that road. Scary. The Way the World Works by Jude Winniski. Very practical book. I love this book. It was great. Taught me a lot about the way the world works, like the title. And then The Forgotten Man. This is very much about taxation and government spending and how much taxation we should have. These are all very important topics that we'll be discussing in economics. You should take economics with me. We'll learn a lot about all that stuff and stocks and money. And well, you'll have me for a term. That ought to be funny. Take economics.
Hi everyone, I'm Mrs. Hurley. At Oakland Community High School, we offer intro as well as AP psychology. So consider which is the best option for you and sign up today. See you next year.
Hello, this is Mr. Long talking to you about some of the electives that I teach. The first one is Law and American Society. That is a semester long. It is for mostly seniors. A few juniors take it as well. It features a field trip to the federal courthouse in the city of Chicago. Over the course of the semester, we look at the legal structure of the United States and examine criminal law and civil law, as well as participating in a mock trial along the way. The other one is an old course that has been renamed U.S. Foreign Policy, which is a look at how the United States has sought to influence world events since the end of World War II. We focus on both diplomacy and the use of force, and it goes through the Cold War, through the most recent war on terror, and it features a deep look at history from the presidents between Harry Truman to the modern day.